สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to Thai PBS World Tonight. You're with Thai Technology Thailand and to Lip Next สมภพลาว
Swadika, good evening and kicking off the program with the latest update on monkeypox. So as of now, there has been no local case in Thailand just yet, as the head of Department of Disease Control, Dr. Opat Gangwinpong, said today that 10 suspected monkeypox cases do not have the infectious disease, but were all found to be infected with either herpes simplex or unspecified skin infections. So Dr. Opat said that fluid specimens taken from the 10 suspected monkeypox cases, all of them foreigners with 6 of them linked to Thai boxing training camps in Phuket and Krabi provinces, was sent for lab test, which confirmed they do not have monkeypox. However, he said traces of herpes simplex type 1 were found in the 6 who used to train at Thai boxing training camps in Phuket and Krabi, and the remaining 4 were found to be afflicted with various skin diseases. Thailand has so far reported only 1 imported case of monkeypox in a transit passenger from Europe to Australia in late May, so about a month ago. No known contacts of the passenger on the plane and at the airport have been found with the disease, nor has there been any local transmissions. Meanwhile, head of the DDC's epidemiology division, Dr. Chakarat Pitiyawong Anand, said that a private hospital in Samut Prakan had admitted a 21-year-old Australian patient in early June after he developed fever, a cough, sore throat, and blisters on his face, hands, and neck. However, lab tests have cleared him of monkeypox infection. And he also said the patient also used to train at another Thai boxing camp in Pathum Thani province as well, just to give precaution. So assure the public that monkeypox is not as easily transmissible as COVID-19 unless someone is in close contact with an infected person who has already developed symptoms. So far, there have been more than 3,100 confirmed cases of monkeypox in 45 countries worldwide since May 7th.
Okay, so just to be cautious, we just have to be aware of what's going on.
Yeah,
but exactly. It sounds like we are going to be okay. Now let's moving on to another hot topic, which is about cannabis, because Thailand has been decriminalized cannabis since 2 weeks ago, and I think a lot of people still not sure how to use or still maybe using too much of it. We hear the case of overdose, we hear the case of home use, try to put it in their food and such. So the Thai Medical Science Department has developed a kit which can test whether the amount of tetrahydrocannabinol or THC in cannabis oil and other extracts exceeds the legal limits of 0.2% in just 15 minutes. I just had a chance to talk to the expert just like a day or two ago. If it exceeds 0.2%, there is a really good chance it will get people that consume them have the symptom what we call high or drowsy.
Right.
The department's head, Dr. Supakit Sirirak, said that the initially 15,000 test kits called Test Gun will be distributed to agencies and other people concerned free of charge, adding that the department will transfer the technology to the private sector for commercial production. However, he said that even if the test shows a positive result, THC content exceeding 0.2% by weight, additional laboratory tests would be needed to confirm the original result. If the amount of THC exceeds 0.2%, a purple red bar will appear at the C position on the test device. If purple red bars appear in both the C and the T positions, it means the level of THC is within the legal limits. So it has to be 2 lines to be within the legal limit. He stressed that the kits are to be regarded as screening tools and the results are inadmissible in legal proceedings unless they are confirmed in lab tests. He said that the test gun kits are convenient, offer quick results, and can be used in the field. Thailand decriminalized cannabis except for extracts with THC exceeding 0.2% and hemp on June 9th, leading to a boom in cultivation, sales, and use. So if you have been following our news, you will see since the first day of this become legal, we report like some retail store just sold out within hours. People like get in line and wait in a long queue just to buy some cannabis or hemp flowers and things like that. So it's something people getting very excited about still, even though 2 weeks.
Well, yeah, as you mentioned, long line. So there's both demand and supplies there because there's also a boom, not just in sales, right, but also in cultivation, people who want to make money off of this. And actually, there's been now almost 1 million people who successfully register and got their registration recognized by the authorities, by the FDA, to plant cannabis at home or anywhere for commercial purposes. So we'll have to wait and see, especially with the cannabis and hemp bill being still going through a vetting process, and the parliament is not yet out. So we just have to have ministerial regulations trying to regulate the use for now. And a little bit related to cannabis, but with a focus on schools. So Bangkok Governor Chachad Sittipan told school administrators today during an inspection tour of a city-run school in Dindang district related to cannabis-free policy implemented in all city-run schools. Well, not just in Bangkok, but actually nationwide as well. That he does not believe that a student's hairstyle has any effect on their academic performance, which he thinks depends more on their concentration and responsibility. So the governor's comment came after the school's director told the governor that the school has been providing free haircuts for both boys and girls if they want to use the service. And it also follows a student movement against the imposition of strict hairstyle rules in most schools, as well as viral video clips showing some students getting their hair cut unevenly. What a nightmare, actually. And on the spot, in front of everyone, by their teachers, just for perceived violations made. So the boys' hairstyle is typically a military type crew cut, while girls who have long hair must have it tied properly. And the governor toured the school, which must be cannabis free under new regulations, and inspected shops near the school and found every shop displays a sign stating that they do not put cannabis, hemp, or kratom leaves in their food or drinks. The governor said he's not so concerned about the cannabis or hemp in school compounds, but actually more concerned about the ones outside the schools, because he thinks that kratom leaves can be found on sale at fruits and vegetable stalls and markets, as well as he stressed the need to seek cooperation from shops outside schools by displaying signs informing students which of their menu items contain cannabis or hemp.
Student safety, especially while traveling to and from school, was another issue of concern raised by the governor. He said about 70% of students travel to school by motorcycle, and most of the younger students do not wear crash helmets because the helmets available are too big for young children. A recent survey of children attending the city administration's 437 schools shows there is a need for 120,000 crash helmets for small children, said the governor, adding that an insurance office has volunteered to provide the helmets on the condition that they are shared among students. That can be, I'm not sure how you're going to set up the system of sharing helmets. If kids regularly get on the motorcycle every day, how can they share with other kids? There has to be some
There
kind
must
of
be a system. Probably it's not that hard to establish some system of sharing.
Yeah. Or maybe they can do something about the pricing, make it a little even make it more affordable and
Right.
more available. So
make the size more available. Right, exactly.
Anyway, let's move on a little bit about politics. The government and the opposition Thai member parliaments are gearing up for another censure debate. And they prepare their case for the next censure debate, tentatively scheduled for July 18 to 22nd, during which Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha and 10 ministers will be grilled by the opposition. This will be the fourth censure debate against Prayut and his cabinet since assuming office in mid-2019. All the ministers targeted survived all the previous no confidence motions. Opposition Chief Whip Sutin Klangsang said that 6 opposition parties reconfirmed their censure motion as requested by House Speaker Chua Lik Pai. The Thai Civilized Party leader Mongkol Suksin Tharanon is, however, yet to sign the reconfirmation. Sutin said that the Pheu Thai party has not yet decided on the number of MPs to take part in the debate, as the government and opposition whips are yet to settle on the number of days for the debate. The opposition proposed 5 days and the government proposed 4. Initially, the party had set the number of speakers and between 10 and 15 to focus on Prime Minister, said Sutin, adding that other ministers might be implicated, such as Energy Minister, during the debate over the Prime Minister. The opposition chief whip said that he is not worried about the main government party, Palang Pracharat's plan to form a team of guardians MPs to defend their party's ministers and their leader, noting that most of these guardians, quote unquote, are inexperienced members. He admitted, however, that he is not sure whether there will be any rebels among the Pheu Thai member parliaments who may defy the party whip, noting that it is normal for descendant member parliaments to switch sides before general election. 7 Pheu Thai member parliaments voted against the party whip and its support of the government's budget bill during its first reading earlier this month, 3 of whom are rumored to be likely to defect to Phum Chai Thai party prior to the next election. During the cabinet meeting on Tuesday, the Prime Minister told his ministers that he is ready to confront the opposition and to respond to their questions. He also instructed relevant agencies to prepare information to be used during the censure debate. So I guess a lot of people are waiting to see and hear what the opposition has to say about the past several months, a year, and whatnot, preparing the country to the post-COVID-19 pandemic, what they have to say about the Prime Minister. What
Several issues. But though a lot of those issues are quite a bit old as well, because it's the same old accusations as well. So we can't really expect much from this because the government still holds a majority in the lower house. So when it comes to votes, they will most likely survive as before. But at least...
unless there'll be some damning evidence, which most likely probably will not be any. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be something. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It's still a month away.
And still staying with Parliament, but on another issue altogether. So about 60 Parliament police officers submitted a petition to House Speaker Shwetlik Pai yesterday to protest against the change of their uniform, claiming it is a waste of taxpayers' money because they already received their previous newly tailored uniforms only 6 months ago. So the same petition was also submitted to the opposition chief, Web Sutin Klangsang, and a few Thai MPs, including an MP from Udon Thani province as well, who told the media that the people who have to wear the new kit don't really want it, while those who ordered the existing uniform, which is similar to the standard police uniform, is appropriate. So why even try to make it different? And that the uniform change should have the consent of those who have to wear it. To solve the problem, the MP suggested that the new uniform be worn by newly recruited Parliament police for technical affairs, while the other officers should be allowed to wear their old uniform until it needs to be replaced. So there are about 200 police officers taking care of security at Parliament. Each is normally issued with 2 sets of uniform worth about 5,000 baht each, and this is already complete with other accessories, insignia, for example. And the cost of new uniforms is about 2 million baht. So last week, a Democrat MP, who is an advisor to the House committee charged with drafting an announcement about this Parliament police uniform, defended it, explaining that the need for the new uniform, which is different from the standard one, stems from a group of some 120 newly recruited police for technical affairs who claim they cannot wear the current uniform because the regulation does not cover that branch. So a panel came up with the idea for a new uniform for this newest group of Parliament police. And the Parliament police can use that current uniform until it needs replacing. Actually, Kuntula, immediately after we posted this new online as well, there are some comments complimenting the police, well, for a change, for at least, resisting the need to have new uniforms. And 2 million baht, okay, it's not very much. It's not a lot in a grand scheme of thing, for using
not
tax.
necessary, I guess, for
but
right.
Yeah. So actually, it's quite a good move that has been applauded as well, that they are protesting this.
And of course, that's all the news we have in this edition of Thai PBS World tonight. But you can catch any other news, hot topics of the day, analysis, highlights of the week, explainer, and other thing exclusive on www.thaipbsworld.com. And we also have YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah. And of course, if you like this program, you can keep following us as well. We are here right back on YouTube and Facebook Live on every weekday at 7 p.m. And well, that's it for tonight. We hope you have a great evening. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ